All right, welcome back. We are back at it here at the war room section of the man cave, and we got some good Russian front updates for you. All right, excuse me. First of all, easy for me to say, it is August of 41, and this is the third turn of the Germans, and it is the Axis ground movement step. Now, we haven't done any non-phasing reserve ground movement steps yet, and this is just the end of the ground movement step. We really haven't assigned any air. I did prematurely assign some air to some key battles I wanted to remember to assign air at while I was moving my units. But let's get on with it. Down south here you can see, got me a nice big old stack in Bucharest. And that stack also includes an Italian unit. So the Italians are getting into the mix. We got it pretty well stacked up there. It is a fortress city. And we're basically saying come and get it. But there's the Soviet forces still haven't organized after the capture of the fortress city down there. But anyway, as we move on up, I moved my mountain unit on down back into this country, coming down here to supply a little bit of support for the oncoming fight for Bucharest here in Hungary. No reinforcements for them yet, so they're just kind of holding tight. Kind of a nice little prize sitting there. All right, now we come up for battles. This battle number 1 is I think I just went on the offensive, went to go attack them. And that will include a German infantry, but there's a +1 attack, so everything's got to go right, not much go wrong for that little protection of the oil field. Move on up here. I got another Romanian mountain unit just sitting there ready for a response movement in case any of those guys feel froggy. Then here on attack number 2, it's the same thing, except a little bit better odds. Got a 4 going against a 2, +2 attack on that armor. So as you can see, we come on up here now. In this attack here, this is mostly an attack to get this unit back out of into supply. So it should be a pretty good attack. I'm looking, and I got the forces there. More units than him. I'm looking at a +2 attack. So we went up here number 4. It's basically the same way. +1 on that one, so that'll be a little bit hairy. There's some more attacks, and then number 5 is an important attack, and I already assigned an air unit to that. So number 5 is a key position. We want to start building up that railroad. But here you go. You can see where I've built up the railroad lines too. Basically coming all the way up through here, built on up, coming down. Oh, another main thing about this supply at this coming into this port. Not only do I have to have another friendly port available, which are all these qualify, but this unit here gets eliminated, and I'm done with. I also have to have one friendly fleet. So my opponent pointed that out. So something tells me there's going to be a fight to keep this fleet alive. I just realized that. He's busy up here with these battles, and he was yet to assign air or naval support. So we don't know what he's going to do with this. He's got that monster fleet here, I think in Leningrad. But here's a little quick look. You can see I've built my rail supply, or rail conversions on up to continue my supply. But yeah, that little port there is pretty key. What else? We definitely need those battles to go our way. Some of our blitz battles. But you see, I got my armor out there when it comes to exploitation time. Now, I don't know about his little strategy of holding off on those reinforcements. Like I said, there's going to be a mega reinforcement by the Soviet player, but yeah, it's pretty much a ghost town tumbleweed blowing down the streets of these cities. So it's pretty empty. Nice little tempting target. I'll see how far I can get in my supply, though, but I think this unit here is the extent of it. Can't get too far out or else I'll be out of supply. But that's it. We got some key battles going. battle card is full. You even got a big old battle going up north. The Finns decided to get involved. They're going to try to turn it on. They got everything gathered, ready to go. We'll be adding air and naval support to a lot of these battles, but just thought I'd give you a quick look at having a lot of fun with this Russian front game and enjoying the game. Very much so. It's nice to come home and just, do a lot of moves. I know I'm behind, and I don't really get as much time as my opponent, but I'm enjoying the heck out of it when I can. Also got some hockey playoffs going on, so got to get back at that. Got my priorities straight. Be back. Okay, we're back at it. And we've got all air and naval units assigned. And the key notes to make here would be he's moved his Black Sea Fleet, the whole kit and caboodle, into that old Constantina, whatever report. He don't get a chance to lay mines. I guess he's not going to lay mines, but he's just got his fleets there. On some of these air unit battles, he did move some from Smolensk on out to some of these key battles, and we'll start from the first one. On that first battle, he's going to have an air unit unopposed. And a lot of his battles where he assigned his air units are mostly unopposed, which was totally wise because I think my air units were a little bit better. So you can see where he assigns his after I assigned mine, so I didn't have a chance to counter. But yeah, there are the battles. And there are the air units. Now I do have, he did move that's another key. He moved his big fleet out. He wants to take care of that fleet of mine. My fleet, Battle 15 in this little, what city was this, Tallinn? They're there to minesweep. I thought for sure he'd use his fleet for Battle 14. He did put some naval support in 14, but it wasn't his big fleet. He's got his big fleet going after my fleet. So conversely, I got my Finnish units, and I had to waste a freaking air unit to bomb that fleet. We got to go after them. We can't we lose that fleet. We lose our supply coming out of that port. So that's what's going on there. Now he did assign some air units. He's got one assigned to battle number 8 and battle number 12. So battle 8, the city that he's still holding out. Fantastic move on his battle 12. If I can find it over here. So I think they're unopposed. There'll be some good battles. We will show you the map when we are done, but it's a third month. Started in June, July's done, and then this is August. That's all the further I am, but after this move, I should be out there. I'd like to control this whole area, at least set up my flanks, get my defense ready for his massive onslaught to come. We're back. All right, we're back at it here with some Russian front. Just want to give you a little glimpse in what's going on. We're down here finally to the combat resolution step, and the way Russian front works is you do your air combats first, your naval combats, then your ground combats. Whoever survives these combats here can support your ground units. There is no air combat because there's no contending air units in the hex together, as you can see right here. But in this little phase here, we are going to have some air units that are trying to take out this fleet. So that's the first thing I got to do, and I'll be adding a +2 to all their attack factors. So this one here will actually be attacking this Soviet fleet with the +1. We'll see how the hits go, how the combat gets resolved, but this here Finnish unit can go ahead and attack this fleet because he's not really supporting this naval unit. They're just going on with an autonomous attack, and that's what naval units or air units can't do, is just go ahead and attack the naval unit. So there will be some air attacks on this naval unit, hoping to dislodge him. He takes out my fleet, and I'm history with a lot of supplies. So Russian front is a game of supply. We'll be back. All right, quick update. and he's coming on in. It was a +1 attack because we will show you how we calculated this. Attacking with the 4, my air units get a +2 versus any naval combat, so it's a 6 versus a 5. It was a +1 attack, and the die gods were with me because with the +1 attack, my die roll was a 6. He gets 1 hit and he has to retreat, so that saves the fleet for this turn. Well, until his turn, but we're gonna go ahead and assign these hits here. And there's this 1 hit for that fleet. Now he can take 5 hits. My fleet is strong. It's a monster. So my air unit definitely did what it was supposed to do, and he must retreat. We'll go ahead and retreat him 1. We'll find out where my opponent wants to retreat him to, and we'll be back. Alright, and that's his final spot. He went ahead and just moved back. He's got 1 hit. My unit can go ahead and mine play, but that was a really key battle, so I'm glad we got that taken care of right away with the air combat phase. That'll be it. We will go on next to the air combat, naval combat segment. I don't believe there will be any naval combat because there are no naval units in the same hex. So that'll be it. I don't know how many ground combats I'll get to tonight because I got some hockey to be watching. But so far so good. Big relief in the battle for the fleet of Talene. I'm sure that fleet's going to be back though. So we'll be back. Alright, hello, we're back. And battle card's gotten quite smaller, as you can see. Let's get on with it. Down here in the south, my attack on the Russian units heading towards Bucharest was I was repelled, so I went ahead and moved my forces on back there. Generally, to just give you a general description of the summer of, or rather the month of August 1941, generally my die rolls were lacking, to say the least, which in game terms results in or translates into heavy, very heavy Soviet resistance. So I'll go ahead and look for my pointer and explain some of it to you. But like I said, down here, my little attack to throw him back, air support was way too much, so it was useless to do anything else. I attacked once, seen where it was going, and just went ahead and pulled back. Back up here, we still didn't have much going on. I think I, again, suffered a bad die roll. I took a hit or something, ceased the attack. Okay, now the big attack here to rescue these units here from out of supply. I couldn't make it. As a matter of fact, I lost a couple good units. It was a bad attack. I fight my butt off, but they, wouldn't let me through. So I'm down to 1 unit, and he's down to, I think he's got a couple units there. But moving on up here. This attack was a success. You can see I moved him back into the marsh, cleared my way out. But up here, we still got Soviet forces. And this attack here, especially, the air units are the deciding factor. I didn't have no air. He had air there, and it's just pretty well. He's still holding on to that city. I think that's at Vilna or something. Oh, what the heck is that? It's one of my key cities for Vilna. One of my key cities for replacement factors. I can get a couple more replacement factors if I get that city. So he held on there. He held on here in the woods, I believe. Again, just marginal attacks with a +1 modifier. When you get a +1, it really leaves no room for mistakes. Now we still have attack 13 here and 14 here. 15 is a mine laying mission that will succeed because I was able to chase his mighty fleet off with some air attacks. But here we are. Now you can see my armor's in a good position for exploitation, and I've definitely hit a couple of these supply checkpoints. So a lot of these units here may be out of supply next turn. That's the goal. It's all a game of supply. So that was about it. I lost a few units here. I got some of his casualties. Russian players definitely taking some casualties. There's all his casualties here as compared to the German player, and there's his casualties right there. So you'd think I'd be doing a little bit better than I am, but I think I'm failing miserably, especially since we got an exploitation phase to go to. I'd like to get a couple of my cities before these massive Soviet reinforcements come on for the next turn. That is an update. We're calling it an upload. Having fun down here playing some retro Avalon Hill, Russian Front, War Room section of the Man Cave.